You mentioned VR and some of the technologies that you use in the park, and I know you guys have, Lucasfilm now has a partnership with Magic Leap, which you're a fan of. What happens when you can have these experiences at home? Like, I can sit at home and I can feel like I'm at Shanghai Disney. How does that affect your business?
Well, I think that might be an example that would probably be used as more of a marketing technique than a product that would simulate a theme park experience in full. I think that would have limitations, less so than ever before. But there's nothing more powerful, or the combination of storytelling and technology is extremely powerful. If you think back to Walt Disney, what he did with the multi-plane camera and creating backgrounds for some of his early movies that seemed dimensional and real, or you think about what George Lucas did with Star Wars, what John Lasseter and Ed Catmull did with Pixar and really evolved digital animation. You think about what Jim Cameron did with Avatar. I think that using technology, whether it's Magic Leap, which certainly would be a great example of that, to tell stories in much more compelling ways is very exciting. And to tell more stories in different places, making characters and stories come alive in a child's bedroom, for instance, very, very exciting. And one of the experiments that Magic Leap is doing with ILM is, I think, something called Trials in Tatooine, Tatooine being a place.
I think everyone here knows what that is. Come on. Know your audience.
So you can, sorry, I don't know. But you can imagine taking a walk in Tatooine and interacting with Star Wars characters. Where it gets complicated is rendering stories in real time and being able to focus a consumer's attention on a certain element of the story. But it's definitely, that will all happen, it will all evolve. Parks, I think, will probably stick to the great immersive experience that actually going to a physical place and enjoying that experience with a few, maybe 100,000 of your friends at one time, after waiting on a line for a few hours.
Yeah.
But I think that there are all kinds of ways that we'll use technology like that to expand our storytelling. And they did something for me recently, which we kept sort of secret to my group because they weren't ready to show it to everyone, but they took Tinkerbell. I'm a big fan of the character Tinkerbell.
Who knew?
We're
learning so many interesting things tonight.
But I stood in a room and they had Tinkerbell basically flying around me, flying right up to me and around me, and looking untethered, extremely real. I mean, very, very real, so much so, I thought that I could touch the character flying right in front of me.
This is Magic Leap you're talking about.
Magic Leap did that. That starts to get very, very exciting when we think about what kind of stories we could tell there.